Oh, Colleen, better have a look at this before you go.
What is it?
The results of the tests on Donovan.
Miss Ferguson, I want to see you first thing in the morning.
Yes, Governor.
We might just have her this time.
Bloody women
I didn't
drivers.
see you. Look, please, don't move. Try not to move. You'll have... Come on, please. Stay there. I'll get help.
You never let the stupid bitches on the road.
Listen, wait a minute. I'll give you my name and address. Just a minute. Oh, God. Silly old bugger.
Hell, I reckon he's dead. Better get an ambulance, quick.
It won't make much difference. Too late for that.
I heard a squeal of brakes. I wonder if it was a hit and run.
Oh, yeah, some lady came hurtling down the
Good, at least
street.
we've got something for the police.
Oh, sorry, mate. I'm not hanging around to talk to the cops.
Bloody hell. Hey, lady, call the police. There's been a bit of an accident here.
Yeah, be a pleasure.
Stevens, isn't it time?
Help me, Mrs. Help me.
Breakfast over without a hitch?
Yes.
Say the reporters have gone.
Yes, well, that's something.
Mrs. Powell in yet?
She is.
Oh, good. You mentioned you wanted to see me this morning.
That's right. Wait in my office, will you?
Sure.
Well, she doesn't look too worried.
She will be when I show her Donovan's medical report.
Oh, what did it say?
Oh, she was poisoned, all right. Valium acetate, and a heavier dose would have killed her.
God, what's happening to this place? There was another drama last night, too.
Oh, who was involved?
Sonia Stevens, she was stabbed.
Oh, God, is she all right?
Oh, yes, but it's very nasty. She's in the hospital.
Oh, I'll go and see you now.
But what about Joan?
She can wait.
Geez, you've got to snap out of it sooner or later. You can't stay on a downer all the time, you know. Is it about Mr. Bridges, or is it about Snoopy?
Snoopy was me mate, and I really loved him, and I miss him.
Oh, I know that. He was a top little mouse. But you've got to remember that while you're on a downer about Snoopy, you've got to think of what you owe Minnie.
What do you mean?
Well, Minnie hasn't got a hope against Sonia without you, and Sonia's bad news. Real bad.
Look, I'm sick of being the bash artist. Punch her, belt that one up, put the heavy on her. I reckon that's why Snoopy copped it, because I'm always heavy and people, well, I'm not doing it no more.
Yeah, well, then we're in real bad trouble. How'd you like a new little mate? You know, a new pet.
We're not allowed to have pets.
Well, I wasn't talking about a Shetland pony.
Well, what then? I wouldn't want another mouse.
No, you could have Harry.
Harry?
Yeah, hey, Cat, get here. Come here. Come on, Harry. Hey, someone grab Harry. Come here, Harry. Come on, Harry. Oh, there you go. Come on, Harry. Here you go. Oh. Here you go. That ought to take your mind off things for a while.
Well, I can't just take him.
Well, I know that. You'll have to stay here, but he's still yours.
Oh, no, he's not. He's Mrs. O'Regan's.
Oh, don't worry about her. She don't care who looks after him, just so long as he kills them mice. Oh, sorry, Cass. Well, do you want him or don't you?
Oh, well, I'd like him, I reckon.
Yeah. There you go. Now we'll snap out of it.
Hey, come on, Harry. Try a bit of that, eh?
So she's in no danger.
None at all. The doctor just wants her to rest.
Good. I would like to speak with her.
Fine.
You were lucky.
You call being stabbed in the back lucky?
I call living through it lucky. Okay. Do you know who did it?
Try going through the alphabet.
Oh, look, Stevens. I'm going to find out who did it. Now, are you going to be helpful or not?
You could start with Parker.
Why?
Just look at her. Went out of her mind over a dead mouse. Why not?
She'll be questioned along with everyone else. I am going to get to the bottom of this.
And if you don't, I will.
All you have to do is rest.
Until the bitch who did this to me pays, I'll never rest.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Miss Ferguson. I was called to the hospital.
Yeah. Heard about Stevens. Bad business. Minister won't like it.
Right. If I could drag you away from your paper, please.
Oh. See, there was a hit and run just down the road from the prison yesterday. Some old drunk copped it.
What?
Yeah, see? The victim's dead. Police are calling for witnesses.
God, couldn't be.
Couldn't be what, Mrs. Powell? Couldn't be the same man you knocked down yesterday? Afraid it is. You see, I'm your witness. I saw you kill that old man. Now, just what did you want to see me about, Governor?
But he was all right. God, I wouldn't have driven off if I thought he was hurt.
Oh, I doubt the police would believe that, considering he's dead.
Oh, you saw it. You saw the whole thing. I would have taken him to hospital. It's just I couldn't get near him. He kept on abusing me. Oh, you would have seen me stop and try and reason with him.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Powell, but I didn't see that. I suppose I should go to the police, though. It is my duty as a law-abiding citizen.
Yeah, well, I know what you're trying to do.
But then it could ruin your career. So I asked myself, is it worth it? Some things are best forgotten. This report on Donovan, that is what you wanted to see me about, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, she's fully recovered now. And like I said, some things are best forgotten.
God, can you imagine being stabbed in the back? Who do you reckon did it?
Well, that's going to take some working out. With Sonia, it's not so much who had motive, it's who had the chance.
Yes, we certainly all have reason to dislike her.
I'll go along with that. What about Bobby? She had it in for her.
Oh, I don't think so, dear. Well, I hope not. Bobby's coming along so nicely.
Yeah, anyway, I'm pretty sure that she was in the rec room last night.
Yeah, you're right. What about Marge Briggs?
She's in the pound. Besides, she's Sonia's friend.
Sonia has friends? Hey, Belinda, give us a hand with this.
Sure.
There you go.
Anyway, when do you think Sonia will be back?
I don't know, and I don't care.
Yeah, she probably deserved to get a hunk of mirror in her back.
Mirror? What do you mean mirror?
Oh, wasn't she stabbed with a piece of mirror?
I don't know. I thought it was just an ordinary knife.
Maybe it was. I just thought I heard someone say it was a piece of mirror. Anyway, I better go and wash up.
Anything wrong? I'm not sure.
Well, things are starting to look bad for Mrs. Powell at the department.
Yeah, well, that's her problem, isn't it? I mean, she's big enough to look after herself.
So is Ferguson.
What do you mean by that?
Ferguson is deputy governor.
If the department is dissatisfied with Mrs. Powell's performance, she'll be out, Ferguson will be in, and that's our problem.
And if that happens, we'll need a really strong top dog, and a good one.
Will you get off my back about top dog? Top dog? Hi, Cass.
How are you feeling, dear?
Oh, I can't do much with my hands like this. I can't even serve the food.
Oh, does that mean we won't be getting any mercurochrome in our stew today?
Lay off with you fellas.
Cass, the governor wants to speak to you now.
Oh, what for, Mrs. Morris? They haven't done nothing.
No, it's just routine. She's going to speak to everybody. You're just first up, that's all.
Oh, come on, Mrs. Morris. If it's about Sonia, have a look at her. She can't even hold a plate, let alone use a knife.
She was right in here with us when Sonia was stabbed.
Yes,
Oh, come on, will you all relax? She's just going to see the governor. Now, calm down and sit down. Come on, Cass.
Okay. Don't worry about her, Minnie. We've all got to go through it. And if that's the price we have to pay for getting rid of Sonia for a couple of days, I reckon it's worth it.
What are you thinking?
Yeah, I can smell the rubber burning from here.
Maybe it's the freak that got Sonia.
Oh, come off it. The frig'd never do us any favours.
Or maybe Sonia crossed her. It'd be just like her to get Sonia and let one of us take the blame for it.
Well, anything's possible with that little ray of sunshine.
Well, I'm sure we were all in here when Sonia was stabbed, weren't we? Do you remember, Jude?
Yes. I do remember.
And you've never seen this before? No. Where were you when it happened?
I was in the rec room, Mrs. Powell. Anybody'll tell you.
Yes, the women have verified that.
Did you see anyone leaving the rec room? Did you hear anyone talking about Stevens?
No, honest.
She's not very popular. Has she ever given you a hard time?
Oh, well, maybe, but she knows I can take care of myself.
Are you sure you weren't using this to take care of yourself?
No. Oh, geez, you all reckon I'm some sort of loony like that, Mr... I don't go round shoving bits of mirrors in people's backs. I'd nothing to do with it, nothing.
All right, that's enough, Parker.
Geez, why can't you just all lay off me?
And that's enough, Cass.
Thank you, Mrs. Morris. That'll be all.
Come on, you wait outside.
Okay, Mrs. Morris.
Well, I just can't believe it would be her.
Probably not, but they've all got to go through their paces.
Look, if you don't take things easier, you'll crack up before they do.
You'll probably have a head start.
Why, what's wrong?
Patrick phoned earlier. He's been retrenched.
Oh, golly. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, thank God you're working.
Yeah, that's all we'd need, isn't it, for me to lose my job?
What are you talking about? The only person walking out of here is Joan. How did she react to Donovan's report?
Oh, I haven't had a chance to confront her with it yet.
Oh, I thought you spoke
I
to her
got
this morning.
caught up with Stevens. Oh, come on, Meg. I do have other things to do besides lay bear traps for Joan.
Oh, it's not what you said this morning.
Yes, I know. And I will attend to it, but the minister's on his way over here, so that takes top priority. Oh, don't worry. I will get around to dealing with Ferguson one way or the other.
Opportunity to do it whilst the minister's here.
Oh, come on, Meg. The report said that Donovan was poisoned, but it didn't say she was poisoned by Joan.
Now, let's take it one step at a time. Minnie's convinced it was Joan. Now, does she know the results?
No, not yet.
Well, I'll go and get her
It
next.
can wait.
It can wait? You can't be serious. This is the best chance we've ever had of getting rid of Joan. This isn't just some minor issue. Minnie could have died. That report said so.
And I said it can wait. No, I'm sorry. I do have a lot to do before the minister gets here, so if you don't mind.
You should work in the kitchen more often.
Oh, I'm sick of them always having a go at me.
Well, they have to question everyone, Cass.
Sorry, dear, everyone knows you didn't stab Sonia.
So how'd you go with Powell?
Don't ask, we just got her off it.
She just kept on at me and on at me. I told her I was in the rec room and I never had nothing to do with it.
We know you didn't.
God, I'm sorry I mentioned it.
Anyway, if I was going to do it, I wouldn't have used some dirty big hunk of mirror neither.
What hunk of mirror?
Well, that's what they used on her, Jude. Mrs. Powell showed it to me.
I'll see you guys later.
Table hopper.
Oh, hey, Helen, aren't you going to finish that?
No, I've had enough.
Right. Do you mind if I take it for Harry?
Don't tell me you got a boyfriend on the bread line. Who's Harry?
Oh, Harry's me cat. Bobby gave him to me.
Well, bon appetit, Harry.
Oh, goody.
I can't eat no more of this. I'll see you in the rec room.
Oh, okay. Mind if I sit here? Free country. Have you seen the governor about the attack on Sonia yet?
You know I haven't.
Mm-hmm. Well, she gave Gaz a pretty hard time. I hope you've got a good alibi.
I don't need an alibi. How do you think I'd go trying to stab someone?
Yeah. Listen, Belinda, why weren't you in the rec room last night? Everyone else was, except Sonia and the person who stabbed her.
I was beat. Just wanted to lie down.
I went to my cell last night for a jacket. You weren't there then.
So?
So it could look bad for you. Be careful.
Did anyone see you go to the door?
No.
Well, you just screwed your alibi. Think about it.
Now, come on, Jude. I just think you've got your signals crossed.
Well, I'm not so sure. Belinda knew that it was a piece of mirror that Sonia was stabbed with. Everyone else thought it was a knife. Also, she was the only one that wasn't in the rec room last night.
Why would she want to get rid of Sonia?
Well, that's the $64,000 question to which I don't have an answer for.
How long has she been blind?
I think about a year. Why?
Well, she looks like somebody I used to see around, but this girl wasn't blind.
Is she a pro?
Oh, down to her fingertips. Why, Granny. And you said the cupboard was bare.
Doing a bit of stock taking, are we? Keeping it. I want to get to the bottom of this.
It wasn't going to take much.
Well, there doesn't appear to be much left to take. Certainly not enough to warrant stabbing Sonia in the back for.
Oh, you're not back on that again, are you?
Well, hello, Mrs. Morris.
I'll handle this. You get over there, quick.
Sorry.
Stand aside, Smart.
Well, of course. And remember, I do have you booked for the Boston two-step.
What are you two doing in here?
Yeah, a bit of stock taking. This is the stuff that Lizzie left us. Looks like there's been a bit of black market going on.
Okay, pack it up.
Oh,
Because it doesn't belong to Stevens. I'll store it until everything's sorted out. And when you finish, take it down to the security gates.
sure, Miss Morris.
Right? Don't get John's mixed up in this.
I'm sorry.
Thanks, Judy.
Then you've no idea who attacked Stevens?
No, not yet, but I've only just started questioning the women.
I see. You realise the media are just waiting to pounce on anything that comes out of Wentworth? The tighter security should have put a stop to this kind of thing.
Well, we can't keep an eye on every prisoner around the clock.
I suppose not. Especially if they're not even in the prison.
Sorry?
Mason.
I thought Mason
You
could be...
were instructed to curtail all work-release programs.
Mason was not involved in the brawl, and she has a very good chance of rehabilitation with this job.
Mrs. Powell, I don't give directives lightly. And when I do, it's not for you to accept or reject them on a whim.
I do realise that.
I'm not so certain you do. I've had a full report on the matter from Officer Ferguson.
Oh, I see.
Mrs. Powell, I'm warning you. If you can't carry out my orders, I'll see to it you're replaced by someone who can.
Yes, sir.
Now, is there anything else you wish to raise with me?
No.
Good. And remember, all directives to be followed to the letter. Have you had a progress report on Mrs. Reynolds?
Not yet. I'll call the hospital this afternoon.
Good afternoon, Miss Ferguson.
Minister?
An extremely diligent officer, Miss Ferguson.
She doesn't miss a thing.
Officer confirms prison bloodbath. No wonder the papers we get in here look like they've been through a shredder. Did you have any trouble getting these in?
Yeah, it was touch and go.
You're a credit to me, dear.
I'll save that till I get you off.
Now, that's enough of that. The only thing you lack is confidence. But I'm counting on you, Terry.
I know you are.
And possession isn't anything to be upset about.
Oh, true. But conspiring to commit theft is. Now, I'm worried, Auntie Min.
Oh, you think it's as bad as that?
I'm afraid so.
Well, dear, just do your best. That's all I've ever asked of any of you.
You know I will.
Good.
I got a call from Rebecca Keane. She wants me to do my best for her too.
Oh, what's young Reb been up to?
Armed robbery, according to the police report.
Oh, I might have known. You know, I tried everything with that child, but I just couldn't get through to her. Defend her, Terry.
Okay, but you don't owe her any favours.
Oh, yes, I do. Reb is one of my few failures. I owe her a lot.
Oh, come on. You tried everything with her.
And I'd try it again if she'd give me the chance.
You might get it if she ends up in here. Could be just what she needs.
Ending up in here is the last thing she needs. It isn't safe, dear, even for someone like me.
What are you talking about?
That Ferguson got at me a while ago. Poisoned my food.
What? Can you prove it was Ferguson?
Oh, it was her, all right. I'm not sure I can prove it.
Maybe that doesn't matter. Can you prove you were poisoned?
Yes. Mrs. Powell arranged to have some tests taken.
Great. When are the results due?
Oh, any time now, I think.
Ferguson might just have done us a favour.
How?
If we can prove you've suffered maltreatment or even a threat to your life, that might be just the angle we need to pull the court's sympathy in our favour. I'm going to get you off.
That's what I like to hear. Never say die.
And I want to get on with questioning the women. I'll see Bryant next. Looks like she's the new top dog.
Oh, thank God for that. I just found her in Stephen's dorm, some of the goods Lizzie sent in.
What were they doing in there?
I suspect Sonia is setting up a black market. Oh, about Minnie's medical report.
Oh, please, not now.
No, I know you've got a lot on your mind, but she's just had a visit from her solicitor and she specifically asked me about the report.
All right.
Well, she is within her rights.
I know that, Meg. And I will discuss it with her. It's on my desk. I'll do it now. Please bring Bryant in. Okay.
Well, why don't you just piss him off and get another solicitor?
It won't change things, dear. Terry's fine, but that conspiracy charge has got him worried.
Oh, well, don't let it worry you.
No, of course not, dear.
Hey, Cass, why don't you show me and your new mate?
Oh, yeah, sure. Hey, Harry!
Oh, geez, it's not some dog, it's a cat. You got to go to it.
Oh, righto.
Oh, here, take that, will you?
Oh, sure.
Can you pass this in, excuse me? Come and meet me. Hey, nice to meet you. Hey.
You lovely, dear.
Have a bit of a compliment.
He's lovely.
See, he likes you.
Do you like me, Cass? You know, I'd never hurt you intentionally, dear.
Put that mongrel cat down. Come on, Donovan, get that tray into the governor's office. Back to work, Mitchell. Come on, move it.
Ferguson, I'm quite anxious to speak to Mrs. Powell myself.
You left the rec room, went to your dorm, and no one saw you.
I already told you no.
So you could have stabbed Stevens.
I could have, but I didn't.
What were you and John's doing in her dorm this morning?
Spring cleaning.
Oh, listen, Bryant. If you think I'm spending a couple of days questioning prisoners just for the hell of it, you're wrong. Now, look, Stevens has been stabbed. I know you detested her and you haven't got an alibi. That puts you very high on my short list of suspects. Give that some thought. Come in. Thank you, Mrs. Morris. That'll be all.
Here, Governor. Here. Come on, Donovan, get a move on.
Mrs. Powell, have the results of my tests come back?
Donovan, you are on tea duty. If you wish to discuss any other matter with the governor, you will arrange it through an officer.
Are they back yet, Mrs. Powell?
The matter has not been finalised.
But the report is in.
I have sent it on to the department. You will be advised of the results in due course.
I have a right to know.
That'll be all, Donovan.
Come on, Donovan. Move it.
Judy, I wouldn't worry too much, love. You weren't the only one out of the rec room last night. They can't blame you.
With my record, don't you believe it? They couldn't, Judy, not without any concrete evidence.
Oh, come off it, Minnie. It's never stopped them before.
You've got a point there.
I think Mrs. Powell never questioned me about the stabbing at all. And she turned quite queer when I said I had a right to see the result of my medical tests. I'm sure it's got something to do with the fact that Ferguson was turning the evil eye on her.
Well, did they find any poison at all?
Well, the way Mrs. Powell was acting, I reckon she'd be pretty good in the dock, wasn't giving anything away.
Yeah, she probably didn't want to incriminate the freak.
Something strange was going on in there.
Well, we all know that Ferguson wants to cause trouble. If we toe the line, she won't have a chance. It's not going to take much for the department to realise we need a new acting governor.
Right. Now's the time for you to take over and make sure the women do toe the line.
I second that, Judy.
What's happened?
Oh, she's a dad. She tried to walk through the wall.
Yeah, thanks to your directions. You're sick, Phyllis.
Oh, Belinda, don't be too hard on her. She's got a bigger handicap than you have.
What do you mean by that?
Figure it out for yourself, sweetie.
Hell, I was just trying to have a joke. Bloody fat whore.
Oh, up yours too, dolls.
Well, Judy?
Oh, all right. But I'm going to need a lot of help.
Hey, gorgeous, now you missed me again.
Oh, thanks for waiting, Canada. I don't know what I'd do if you drove off and left me.
May leave you? Never.
I can tell you're not married.
Oh, how's that?
Collecting your own dry cleaning. I used to do that for my husbands all the time.
You're a very astute young lady.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I think you're very handsome, too. My name's Pixie.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Pixie. I'm Rick. And just to show how nice it is to meet you, have a piece of chocolate.
That was beautiful.
What?
It was so poetic. I just love poetry. My second husband used to write me lovely little verses all the time. Do you have any other hidden talents?
I don't know, but I'm sure if I have, you'll find them, Pixie.
I know you think I'm crazy, but I bet my buy-up that Belinda's the one that's been giving Sonia the treatment.
Yeah, well, now I don't think you're so crazy. Blind or not, that's a pretty cluey lady. Why she did it gets me, though. Unless she did know on the outside.
Well, I think she bears watching.
Hey, Jude, Pam reckons you're taking over as top dog. Is that true, or is she barking up the wrong tree again?
Pam was right, Phyllis. From now on, what Judy says goes.
Yeah? What are you going to do if we don't do what we're told, Jude? Sit on us, hey? That tin hat of yours can't do any bashing.
Why don't you hike off out of here, Hunt? I've had a gutful of your humour today.
And I've had a gutful of the slack attitude towards work around here lately. Oh, move out. Smart. You stay behind and finish this off.
Whatever happened?
Shut up or you'll do the shower block as well. Go on, get a move on.
Hey, Jude, now you're top dog, you won't have any trouble getting a girlfriend, eh? Just order him into your bed and
Shut your filthy mouth. Now, I don't work like that, and you know it.
Hiya, Goofy. What's on? How come you're watching that channel? It's bloody boring. Let's change it.
Oh, Phyllis, you're not out to get, are you?
In for a thick year today, are we, dear?
Oh, don't give her a hard time, Jude. She's had a tough enough day. She had to miss kindergarten playtime.
That's fixed it, hasn't it?
Kiss on her.
Got something for you, love.
Oh, hey, Min, that's me favourite.
Beryl thought you might like it.
Oh, I'll tell her thanks tomorrow. Hey, here you go, Phyllis, this'll cheer you up.
Where's Belinda?
I don't know. I thought she was with our lot.
I'm gonna look for her.
Okay, girls, break out the sparkling Rheingold. I've arrived. What is it, my deodorant or something?
Come and have a hand of poker before tea.
Where's Jude gone?
Oh, she was worried about Belinda, what she might be up to.
Fair enough. Sonia's not here either. The day is looking better.
I can see I'm going to enjoy playing poker with you, Helen. You've got a good poker face.
Well, I get to wear about 4 wedding dresses a day.
Oh, certainly wrapped in your job then, aren't you?
Well, I just hope we can get to catch the same bus again tomorrow. I'm always on the 4:15 one. I never miss it because Kenneth always waits for me.
Well, actually, I don't usually
Well,
catch
thank you very much for walking me home. Here we are.
Do you live here?
I'm one of the inmates. Well, bye. See you again tomorrow. Hi, Greg. Thank you. Well, did I miss anything exciting today?
Hi, mate.
Well. Thinking up what to do to Sonia next?
Oh, God, Judy, isn't it about time you changed the needle?
You can't fool me. I've been watching you. It's obvious to me that you're out to get her. I'd just like to know why.
Why don't you just bugger off, Bryant? Sick and tired of you lumbering round after me, panting down the back of my neck. Just get out of the house!
Now you put that down. Right, now what's going on?
Just tell this great bulldyke here I'm not interested in her brand of sex. Just don't you ever try that on me again, Bryant.
G'day, Belinda.
Is there any spare chairs?
Yeah, plonk yourself down. What's up with you? You look like you lost cats.
Is your fat friend here?
Which one?
Bryant.
No, she's not. Why?
Let's just say her type don't turn me on.
Put the hard word on you, has she? I knew it wouldn't take her long once you became top dog.
Ta-da! Guess what, everybody? I'm in love. Who with, dear? I met the most beautiful man on the bus. He recited poetry to me and he gave me chocolate.
Oh, and when are the flowers being delivered?
I saved some for you. It's awfully soft because I had to hide it to get it past reception.
Are we allowed to know where you hid it before we eat it?
Don't worry, it wasn't in my shoes or anything.
You better hang it out to air first.
Oh, don't take any notice of it, Pixie. Is that all you could come up with? I thought I'd taught you better than that, dear.
Well, I couldn't get out to the large stores today because we were so busy. I had to work right through my lunch hour.
Oh. So how's the card game going?
Don't you want to know about my new boyfriend?
Not really.
He's absolutely gorgeous. His name is Rick. He's not married, but he soon will be because I know we're just meant for each other.
Attention, ladies. This is Mr. Manning. He'll be joining us as from today.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hello, Pixie. And I'm sure I'll get to know the rest of you all pretty soon.
You're showing pretty bad taste, aren't you? We don't like male screws in this prison.
I didn't know you were.
I've got another one in here. No, I've got another killer.
No,
I've got another killer. Let me out. He's gonna print the lid again. Just like the other one. That's all right. We'll handle this. Just get him out of here. I'll come back and check him later. I know he's
Come on, we better get out of here. I'll explain to you.
Maybe one of the killer. He's just like the other one. I know he's been.
Cass, it's all right.
Just like the other one.
Calm down.
No.
Well, if you've come for the rosters, they're not ready yet. They could have at least given us some warning that he was coming.
I thought you would have been pleased the department acted so quickly. Normally we have to wait months. Oh, when you have finished with those, I want you to organise John's to be moved into Stephen's cell.
All right. Any particular reason?
No, I think it would be better for her to have someone around after the stabbing incident.
Right. I'll have Stevens moved out of the hospital then. It's only a superficial wound. She's just taken up Sister Kelly's valuable time. And it just might help us track down her attacker, if she's back amongst the women.
All right, I'll arrange it. But I do want a close eye kept on her at all times.
Okay, I'll see to it. By the way, I've decided against phoning the police about your problem. Well, we're always talking officer solidarity around here. Thought it might be a good time to put into practice, wouldn't you think?
We all make our own decisions on that score, Miss Ferguson.
Hey, guess who I just ran into on my way back?
Powell up yours too, lady. Who? Queen of England?
No, I didn't ask.
They've let Sonia out of hospital. Whoever knifed her must have botched her because she looks like there's nothing wrong with her.
Would you?
Don't do that, dear. Pixie will be here in a minute with the tissues.
Did you see him, eh? Smiling all the time, just like that.
We'll take care of you, dear. But believe me, they won't make that same mistake again.
Yeah, maybe they won't, but I still think it was a dumb idea. I mean, have a look at the faces around this room. They're not any happier about it than Cass is.
You're right. Judy, why don't you have a talk with Mrs. Powell? Set her straight about having another male officer here. Tell her what it's doing to Cass.
Yeah, you tell her he's just like the other one, Jude. He's all smiling and trying to be friendly, and he's probably picking
Now listen, you've
someone
got to
out.
stop thinking about it, Cass. Look, I'll go and talk to Mrs. Powell. Maybe they can transfer him to another block, eh?
Yeah, Jude.
Okay. We're right behind you, dear. Come on, let's have a game of old maid, dear.
What's she doing? I'll push her over. Get off me. Back with your arms free.
My hand. What stings?
Well, how did it happen? Did Hump do it? For
Christ's
I just
sake.
lost my balance, I guess.
There, see, she trips over her own shadow.
You better have it seen to. You can come with me, Brian. We'll go and see Mrs. Powell where John's being attended to. And don't start anything, ladies. I'll be sending Mrs. O'Shea to take over.
And next time, get your facts straight, fatso. You heard what the lady said. Don't start anything, Hunt, especially not with me. Or you'll come off a poor second. And that goes for that screw too, Cass. He so much as crosses his eyes round here, right?
Yeah. Right. There you are. Quite a professional job, even if I say so myself.
Will Sister Kelly be back soon?
I doubt it. She's delivering a baby. Why, don't you trust my handiwork?
Oh, no, it's just that I've got a bit of a headache.
Oh, well, I can always get you a couple of aspirin.
Ah.
Okay. Oopsie, here we go.
Thanks.
There you are.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, I can understand how the women feel, especially Parker. But you must assure them that Mr. Manning has been thoroughly screened.
Yeah, well, so was Bridges.
There was no way that the department knew about Bridges. All the records had been destroyed.
What?
Look, Bryant, when Bridges was a child, he was put into a mental institution for murdering his mother. Now, the law protects children. When he was discharged as cured, he had a clean slate.
Yeah, okay. All right, I understand how the department goofed. But it's going to take a long time before the women feel safe again.
I take it you're the new spokeswoman.
Yeah, I guess you could call me that.
I'm pleased. It's a good choice. So I'm sure you can convince them there is nothing to worry about.
Well, I hope so. Because there's going to be trouble if I can't.
Okay, Mrs. Radcliffe. Thanks, Brown.
Thank you.
New rosters for the week.
Thank you.
Getting complaints about the new officer already, I see.
Not exactly.
You start taking flack from the likes of Brian, you'll have him walking all over you.
I am not about to take flack from anyone, Miss Ferguson, least of all you. I have asked for a copy of Donovan's test results. When it arrives, I'll send it straight to the Minister along with my personal thoughts on the matter.
Governor, all I can say is I hope you're prepared for the consequences.
Don't waste your breath. Your puerile attempt at blackmail won't work. I'll be going to the police myself. I really can't get over what a fool I was, letting that bitch think she could get away with it.
Yes, there's no end to how low she'll stoop. Well, at least we know that Donovan's accusations must be true. I mean, Joan's obviously running scared.
Well, so was I this morning when I heard that that man had died. I never thought I'd panic in a situation like that. I really thought I was your solid citizen.
No, there's nothing to say you're not. You're just a victim of circumstance. Joan.
Yeah, well, I'm worried about the reception I'll get when I walk into the police station. I have left it a bit late.
Well, there must be somebody else who saw what happened.
I don't know. I just got such a shock when he walked out and I hit him. I certainly wasn't scanning the neighbourhood for possible witnesses.
Oh, hallelujah. I've just been lost in the Wentworth catacombs, but in the nick of time and all that.
Would the dying man like a cup of coffee?
I'd love one. No, I'll get it. Don't let me disturb you, ladies.
Well, you couldn't do that. Somebody already has.
Sorry?
Oh, forget it. Put it down to a touch of tiredness.
I can understand that with what's been happening here lately. Speaking of which, Parker seems freaked out by me, but I've just been thinking that maybe I should be a little bit freaked myself.
Because of what she did to Bridges.
Well, it is the second officer she's killed, isn't it?
Oh, well, the first one was manslaughter. What happened to Bridges was purely self-defence.
You don't have to worry on that score. In fact, she will do all she can to avoid violence.
Oh, well, I'll go easy on her then. Can't blame her for being upset when I walked in.
Yeah, well, look, I think you should also keep quiet about your former job. Otherwise, you might have more of the women freaking out.
I'm starting to feel like a walking time bomb.
Don't let us frighten you, Rick. They're all right as long as you show them that you're fair-minded.
Oh, good. Well, I'll try and do just that. And you won't frighten me. In fact, I think I'm going to love working with the pair of you.
And I think you'll do very well.
Oh, there you are, Judy. How did you go with Mrs. Powell?
Well, it was nothing earth-shattering, I'm afraid. Well, they said Manning had been checked out and everything. No two people could ever be like Bridges, all that stuff.
Hey, Jude, did you tell Mrs. Powell what he'd done? He's just like the other one. You saw him smiling, didn't you, Min?
Yes, love, but that doesn't mean he'll go off his head. Really, it doesn't. Mrs. Morris smiles a lot and you trust her, don't you?
Yeah. Reckon I'll take Pixie's tissues back, Min. I'll see you in a minute, eh?
All right, love. Why so down in the mouth, Jude? Surely not because Belinda moved out.
Oh, no, it's nothing to do with that. It's more of an ego problem, I guess. I thought I was going to move mountains when I went in there. I feel like I failed before I even got started.
The women know that you tried, Jude, and they'll soon realize that Mr. Manning can be trusted. I tend to believe Mrs. Powell.
Well, let's hope Cass is as easy to convince, huh?
What are you doing here?
Should be sharing your cell, Stevens. Governor's orders. Take that bed on your right. Okay.
What happened to the things in my locker?
Oh, Mrs. Morris took them.
Brian told me they would work.
Leave making your bed till after tea, Johnny.
What are you doing here, Judy?
Is it true that Belinda's going to share with Sonia?
Yes, does that worry you?
You're damn right it worries me. You've got to get her out of there. She's
what?
Well, Sonia's not a good influence.
Trouble, Mrs. Morris?
I can handle it.
I'm sure you can.
Look, Mrs.
No,
Morris.
Judy, you look. Now, I don't know what's going on, but I do know that Johns doesn't want you anywhere near her. Now, you stay right away from her. Understood?
Yes.
Hurry up. Get to the dining room.
Hello, Parker. You ready for dinner? Well, the rest of the ladies are gone down.
Oh, Colleen, the police are in reception. They're asking for you.
For me? My God. She must have found them.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare comes around.